Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Very important update when it comes to SNAP EBT benefits. And I want to show you something really quick here. It says millions of Americans are living in fear that they will go hungry due to potential delays in SNAP food assistance benefits payments, even after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to make payments in November. That's in a nation where close to $400 billion in food is estimated to be at risk of going to waste every year. All right, so I just posted a video not too long ago. You have a judge, I think from Rhode Island. He's very pleased with President Donald Trump. Trump is working with the courts, and it seems like possibly, perhaps by Wednesday, millions of Americans could receive their benefits. Maybe. All right. So the courts are pleased with Trump, but at the same time, guys, this shutdown is causing a massive hit. The farmers are getting hit. This also affects the economy, and so far we are seeing some of these food possibly could go to waste, and this is some very important stuff that's coming out right now. So I want to share this updates with you. Do me a favor, if you can, please pray for the millions of Americans. If if God speaks to you, to your heart, to help these people that truly need help, again, please help, and do it in private. When you do good works, your reward will be given to you in the kingdom of heaven. The Father, our God, will give those who do good work in private will be rewarded. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. This news article link will be in the description box. Check out the videos I posted today. The link will be in the comments box. While SNAP battle leaves Americans fearing hunger, near $400 billion in food at risk of waste every year. Let's see what's going on here. So you have Refed, a US-based nonprofit that focuses on food waste, recently released its 2025 report showing that $382 billion in surplus food was produced in 2023, the most recent year statistic were available. Now, I do believe what we are witnessing is just the tip of famine. All right, so we are again. We've seen 2020, which was the pestilence. All right, we've seen like the next one, which is wars and rumors of wars, and now we are witnessing famine. All right, so we are definitely seeing Bible prophecy happening right in front of our faces. This is why it's very important that people start prepping, store up stuff. All right, don't rely on the system. It says here 40% of all food is headed for the bin globally. All right, so it says here you have visualize what that means. Give me a second here, guys. So 40% of all food is headed for the bin globally, said Chris, head of surplus food marketplace to Good to Go, North American operation, which has expanded to 70 cities. Visualize what that means. It will be like standing in front of the refrigerator and dumping half of it out. It is an incredible amount of waste. Too Good to Go doesn't divert excess food that might find its way into food banks, but provides an outlet for food that might typically get tossed. Now, it matches grocery stores and restaurants that have surplus food with customers seeking to reasonably priced food. For instance, a local pizza parlor might have some extra pies at the end of the night. Instead of tossing them into the dumpster, they can at least recoup something by offering them on Too Good to Go. Consumers are matched with a surprise bag that contains food that would otherwise be sent to the landfill. Too Good to Go estimates 8 meals get saved every second through its marketplace. And I used to work at a restaurant. I used to work in Puerto Rico restaurant down at the beach, and a lot of food used to go to waste. A lot of food that's very expensive. And the rest, I mean, the place I worked at was a seafood place, lobster tails and seafood. I mean, some people barely eat the whole thing. They got shrimps, jumbo shrimp, all in the trash. On Sunday morning, the Treasury Secretary Scott payments could begin again by Wednesday. All right, so that's the big one. All right, so I just posted a video that payments could begin by Wednesday. The current SNAP crisis come amid broader cuts to the food assistance program, included in the Trump administration tax cuts, which will reduce the payments across the U.S. Now, once the payments are released, America, pay very close attention to those that receive these benefits. Let this be a lesson to learn. Start prepping. Start figuring something out. All right, you got a bit, a taste of the hitting rock bottom. You need to do something. You need to change and start doing preparation and storing up. And because eventually one day the system will go down. EMP, war, economy collapse, the dollar collapse, all this could go down and it would never come back. One day it will happen. Donation, composting, animal feed, and surplus food marketplaces are a primary option for food waste. There is not one solution, it's a combination of solutions. We think of it as a food waste supply chain. Now, his organization isn't alone in seeing the need for some solution to the problem. Increasingly, everyone from large investor to mom and pop shops are finding that there are dollars to be salvaged in the food waste business and people to be fed. The amount of transaction activity and the amount of interest in the sector is pretty impressive. A lot of stuff I'm going to skip here, guys. Kaplan says that while waste management businesses are nothing new, the consistency and predictability of returns is catching increased investor attention. I've been in this business for 25 years and I believe that it's been undervalued for some time. Sophisticated, deep-pocketed infrastructure investors who are looking for stable returns are discovering that waste delivers profits in the U.S., while that type of capital have been prevalent in Europe for some time. It's only just begun here, Kaplan said. Barriers to entry in the business are going down, but getting into the business still requires significant investment, often in equipment. I think it is easier than ever as technology lowers the barrier to entry if you come up with a good idea. Food waste, from home to commercial kitchen. Some solutions are going right to the consumer. Mill, a startup founded by one of the creators of the Nest Smart Thermostat, has $100 million in funding for its smart kitchen bin that dries, shrinks, and de-shrinks leftover food, eliminating food waste. All right, so give me a second here, guys. Other approaches are entering at the commercial point of waste. Meta Foods X, a startup that raised $9.4 million in Series A funding in May 2024, has built a 3D AI scanner that tracks food in commercial kitchens, what's being used, what's wasted, and what improvements can be made. Buddy, a CEO of Visimple, which works with industrial and environmental service companies, including waste management providers, to digitize and streamline operation from field dispatch to invoicing, say startups have a unique ability to deploy technology to compete with larger players. AI is able to streamline everything on the dispatch side. And the ones that are investing in technology to advance their operation are the ones that are winning and making more money. Um, yeah, when it comes to AI, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm just gonna skip the rest of this part here, guys. Lower income household waste less. While Frank's business model doesn't tackle the problem of hunger, in fact, there may be less composted waste as people seek to squeeze everything they can out of their can during SNAP delays. He said the overall trend and flow of foods waste is up. Now you have this person here says the government does play a large role in the innovation and growth taking place in the sector due to the federal waste reduction mandates and a desire for businesses to be more efficient. But a cruel irony of the current situation is that SNAP beneficiaries are more likely to waste less food than others. Lower income households usually have lower food waste rates than higher income household. If you have a stricter budget constraint, there is not much wiggle room in household. So we're gonna skip a lot of this stuff here, but very important updates when it comes to the SNAP EBTs. And again, guys, this does hurt businesses. It does hurt the farmers, especially. A lot of money is being wasted right now, and from what I heard, even Walmart, a lot of their stuff has to be thrown in the dumpster. A lot of their, again, fruits, vegetables, because again, usually the first of the month, that's when people just go to Walmart and do their shopping, and that's where they get basically all their food. And I haven't gone to Walmart like again the weekends. I mean, this is the time that they go and shop. So again, I don't know. Walmart is packed right now, but one thing I tell you guys is that a lot of people not pleased. But again, these companies are getting hit, and there's a lot of waste that's gonna go to the dumpster now. Possibly some of these food is gonna go to the food bank. It's just gonna be donated to them. All right, so this is all the information here, guys. I'm gonna leave this link in the description box if you guys want to check it out. But once again, while SNAP battles leaves Americans fearing hunger, near $400 billion in food at risk of waste. Give me a second here. A U.S. federal judge ordered Trump administration to pay SNAP food stamp benefits to millions of Americans, but delays are likely in November. The political battle over food assistance has left many Americans afraid they will go hungry. Here's the thing. They're not going to let Americans go hungry. They're not going to do that. Meanwhile, the U.S. risks wasting close to $400 billion in food each year, according to RefEd, a U.S.-based nonprofit focused on food waste solution. So this is where we are right now, guys. This is why it's very important to prep, store up, get your stuff. All right, and even in Old Testament and scriptures, people prepped. They store up wheat. They got water and stuff like that. So you cannot rely on the system. You can't do that. You just can't. You have to work hard for your food. You have to store up your food. You have to, get all these things ready. Because when things hits the fan, look, when things go downhill, and all these system goes down, the dollar collapse, everything collapses, nobody's going to be there to help you. Again, basically on your own. And that's that's the scary part, that people's not prepared when that thing hit the fan. People are not prepared, for that situation. But let this be a lesson. This is a wake-up call. Make some changes in your life and start doing some positive stuff. You need to start preparing. You need to start bringing income. And stop relying on the system. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till next time later. Peace.